Hey you. Yeah, you. The one who's been holding it together, but barely. The one who's trying to be everything for everyone, but is quietly wondering, where do I fit in? Welcome to the LoveThySelfies podcast. This is your 10-minute pocket of truth, softness, and strength. I'm Melissa, a woman who's been through the mess, and the founder of LoveThySelfies. And this podcast, it's for us. Every weekday, I'm showing up to share the real stuff. The doubts, the breakthroughs, the things I wish someone told me sooner. Because loving yourself isn't always bubble baths and affirmations. It's crying in your car and still choosing to show up. It's unlearning the lies and deciding you're worthy anyway. It's being human and being holy in the same breath. So if you're ready to stop performing, to stop shrinking, and to finally feel seen, this podcast is your daily permission slip to slow down, to rise up, and to come home to yourself. Welcome to episode 3 of the LoveThySelfies podcast, your 10-minute pocket of peace, power, and truth to carry with you today. I'm so glad you're here. I'm your host, Melissa, a woman who's lived through some pretty messy moments, wanting to share what I've learned and how I've grown with you. I spent years of my life performing for people who didn't even see me. And I finally realized I don't need their approval to be proud of myself. So today I want to talk about something that's been stitched into me since I was a little girl. The need to perform, to earn love, to chase perfection, because it felt like the only way that I could be safe or worthy or enough. I grew up in an environment where grace wasn't freely given. It had to be earned. Love had rules. Approval had conditions. And the message that I received over and over and over again was simple but brutal. You're only good enough if you get it right. So I tried so hard in every area of my life. I tried to be the good girl, the smart one, the helper, the one who always knew the right things to say. But the truth is, I never, ever felt like I could get it right enough. And eventually, that fear of failing became so loud that I stopped trying new things altogether. Because that was the point. If I wasn't going to be perfect at it, I would rather stay small than be seen fumbling. And that mindset didn't disappear when I became an adult. If anything, it got sneakier and bigger. I started over-efforting in other ways, saying yes to every single thing, over-committing to people and plans and posts, bending over backwards just to be liked, online and offline, creating things not from joy, but from a desire to impress, which wasn't authentic and people didn't like it. I would create content that I thought people wanted to see. I would clean my house before anyone came over, like I was preparing for a magazine shoot. I would wear masks so well, even if I forgot what my real face looked like. So much makeup. And what made it worse was most of the people that I was trying to impress weren't even clapping. They weren't watching. They were not showing up. They weren't there for me. So one day I hit a wall, a quiet, private breakdown where I just said, why am I trying so hard to earn applause from people who wouldn't even care if I stopped? Hold on, let's back up. Why are we trying so hard to earn applause from people who wouldn't even care if we stopped? People who wouldn't even care if we showed up or not? And that question literally broke something inside of me. I realized I had been performing for people who didn't love me or didn't love me unconditionally because they didn't know me. They don't see me. And more importantly, I had been ignoring the one person whose applause actually mattered, my own. That was the beginning of my shift. So now let me be real with you. It did not happen overnight. I've already told you it took about 10 years for me to find myself. And I'm still learning to love myself. That's a process, that's a journey. I think it's going to be a lifelong thing. Learning to show up for myself without needing an audience, it took time. I had to build confidence from the inside out, and I'm still working on this. I am not perfect at all. It's still a struggle for me to be authentic in a lot of different spaces and show up as myself, who I truly am, and how I'm truly feeling. That can be so hard. I am trying everything I can just to get to know myself. But in those moments, I tried everything I could just to prove to myself that that I was worthy, that I was worth being clapped for, that I could show up, that I could survive not being liked. That is such a scary feeling when you walk into a room and you know that there's someone in that room who does not like you. It's so hard to take the clown face off and try to stop impressing them. It was hard for me to realize that I could do things imperfectly and still be so proud of who I was becoming, who I am becoming. I started creating things that brought me joy, speaking from the heart, even if my voice shook. That happens so often. But speaking from a place of authenticity is a superpower, even if you stutter, even if your voice shakes. It is literally the most beautiful place to speak from. When you launch a product, when I launch a product, it's so terrifying for me to put my heart and soul into something, and also to have a journey that worked for me not work for someone else is probably one of my biggest fears in my business. Wearing clothes that make me feel like me, even if no one compliments them, saying no without an explanation. Because the truth is, when you stop performing for the crowd and start living from your truth, everything in your whole world just shifts. Your peace returns, your energy comes back, your self respect blooms, and you stop asking for permission to just be yourself. Just be you. So let's shift together right now. I want you to reflect. Here's some questions. Where in your life are you still performing? For me, it's probably in my business. And I'm trying so hard to show up every day authentically for you guys, because I think that's the most beautiful thing that I can share with the world is just being me, learning from my mistakes, and sharing what I've learned. I think that's such a beautiful, authentic message that I want to share that with my kids and my grandkids and all the generations coming behind. That's the only way we're going to get better. So reflect on this question. Where are you trying to win approval that you don't even need? Here's your journal prompt for the day. What would I do differently if I wasn't worried about being liked? Maybe it's what you wear, how you speak, what you share, what you start, or what you finally walk away from. That could be a who you finally walk away from, too. Setting boundaries. Maybe it's with a family member or with your friends. Our mantra for the day is I don't need to prove myself. I just need to be myself. Say it again. Let it land. I don't need to prove myself. I just need to be myself. Root that in your heart and your soul. Okay. I want you to unfollow someone today who makes you feel like you're not enough. Seriously, just go, protect your energy, curate your peace, then come back tomorrow. Tell me how it went. Tell me how you feel, even if it's scary, even if you feel a little wobbly. That's okay. We are building something better here together. You can also find me on Instagram at LoveThySelfies, where I share daily love notes, truths, and stories just like this one. Here's a little reminder: you are not behind, you're not invisible, and you never needed their claps to know your worth. You're becoming, and I am so freaking proud of you. Namaste. I want to thank you so much for coming today. If the episode spoke to your heart, please come back tomorrow. Share it with a friend. We do this every weekday. You can also find me over on Instagram at LoveThySelfies, where we keep the conversations going. Until then, be gentle with yourself. You're doing better than you think.